Good morning, everybody. It is June 29th. Yes, I got that right. And you're watching MarketStream.live. We're going to check out all the action that's occurring in Asia or had occurred overnight in Asia. My name is Joseph Cusick with the Cusick Group, security offered by Money Block. It is Thai Thursday. That means I'm doing national TV sometime later this morning. But with that being said, let's jump in and take a look at the Asian markets because there was some interesting action. The Japanese markets did finish up 89, but there were some interesting headlines. The biggest one coming out of Japan at this juncture is, well, there was two. One, retail sales. They missed. They came in at 2%. They were expecting 2.6%. You're seeing, though, that the Japanese markets are still clearly above the 20-day moving average. So use that as your barometer of whether the short-term bulls are in charge or not. Price action is still above there. Bulls are still in charge there. What's also notable is that that Finance Minister Kuroda came out, basically said that tax revenues for 2016 are going to be down year over year. Now, this is the first time that they've had that occur in over 7 years. That is something of a perplexing note. But one thing that is notable is that the Japanese markets are reacting to the bounce in the NASDAQ, the tech-heavy index here in the States. It was up 1.4%. That flowed over. That really kept the Japanese markets to the upside. The ETF, EWJ, watch that today. See if this gets a little bit of a bounce as well. The Shanghai Composite, nothing notable that went on in the Japanese markets. Didn't hear anything from the People's Bank of China. Was no notable economic data that was out. We have seen, though, that it is getting into a little bit of a consolidation here. We're going to want to watch this very closely since we are starting to hear from the European continent that there is a lot of concern about inflation. Now, we'll touch on that in our segment on the open in Europe. But the Shanghai Composite finished up 14 and above the 20, 50, and 200-day moving average, but in a grind. Watch FXI during our market hours today here in the States. That's an ETF that will track the Chinese stocks. Taking a look at Hong Kong. Hong Kong, what was notable in the overnight session, HSBC, up 6.3%. They had a Tier 1 upgrade, and that really got the stock moving. That also got other financial names moving to the upside. Also, take note that you'll see that in Europe, HSBC just opened up in Britain, and it really is moving to the upside. We'll again cover that on the open in Europe. Take a look at EWH today during the trading day. See how that trades as far as Hong Kong. That's an ETF that tracks the Hong Kong stocks. Where the battle really is in the Asian arena is in India. Right now, the Indian markets finished the day up 23, but still in between the 20 and 50-day moving averages. That means that the bulls that have been in India for the last 20, 50 days are really battling right now to keep that trend alive. Where we did see a bright spot was in Axis Bank, up 3.5%. And financials were mixed at best, but that was the bright spot in the action, and that's really what was one of the catalysts that held up the market in India. We're going to watch going into the end of this week. We're going to watch 30,634 on the Sensex. That's going to be a critical level for the bulls to hold. Watch EPI during our session today. See you get a little heads up. That is below its 50-day moving average. So this ETF is in a battle right now. The bulls have lost some moderate control here with this breakdown, but we'll see if that holds throughout the session. All right, folks, that is it for the overnight action report. Join me at 7:45 Central, 8:45 Eastern. I'm going to be talking about everything that's going on in Europe, and there's quite a bit this morning. See you then.